starts with an understanding of who you are.
Yes, guys, if you're interested to hear my story, grab a seat, sit down, and let me gist you how this happened. If you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. If you have a younger person who you really want to give an advice on how to get it right in marriage or in choice of a life partner, this video is for you. So how did I go from being single, I would say single to stupor, to being married in less than 12 months? That's in less than 1 year. This story started in 2018. I was in a relationship. The relationship was a good one, but it was not what I wanted for myself. I was living a life the person in quote wanted me to be, spending my money the way he wanted me to spend it, dressing the way he wanted me to do. Then at some point I just found out that I was not going to do this forever. I was not going to be someone else forever. I needed to be me. So I ended the relationship. I was not very intentional about myself, discovering the things I liked, discovering the things I wanted, how I wanted to dress, how I wanted to spend my money, how I wanted to make money, how I just started putting myself out there. I started going for courses, trainings, learning things. That was where I learned how to start a business and own a confectionery. I graduated and became a doctor. I did my first gig, my event gig. I did a birthday party. That was the first gig I did. That was in 2019. So I was just so intentional about building myself and building my brand. In my words back then, I would say, if relationship do work, at least let my life, let my future have a meaning. Let me have something to hold on to later on. I started being very intentional about myself, improving in myself, developing myself, creating my own brand, what I stand for, what I represent, the things, my values, my goals, and how I want to live life. I started planning my 5 years, 10 years time, how it was going to be. I started pushing myself out there to go for trainings. My advice to ladies or to everyone out there is find yourself. Find the things you love to do. Find how you can make money from it. Find your life, okay? Think about how is your 5-year, 10-year life going to be. With that, every other thing will fall in place. With that, you'll be able to find out the right person who suits into you that you've discovered. Discovering yourself is the first way of finding your life partner. Once you've discovered yourself, then you know who suits into you and who you also suit into. Video by Funka Dejimo, where she was encouraging women to develop themselves, develop their brand, work on their self, have their own money and all of that. So this is me telling all ladies, develop yourself, know who you are, know what you want, know what you represent, know how you want to live your life, plan your 5-10 years, how you want it to be, with partners and with children, with or without them. How do you want your life to be? So that was what I was very intentional about building. Little did I know that God had other plans. And during that process, a lot of things were happening. That was early 2019. I started having a word in my heart that a lot of things can happen in a year. That so much can happen in a year. So when I had that word, it kept ringing in my mind for months. January, February, March. That was not when I became very intentional about developing myself more and building so much in me. Little did I know that God was also creating something for me. So when I had already formed myself, formed what I wanted, formed who I represent, God now sent men into my DM. So in 2019, I had a whole lot of men fall into my DMs asking me, I want to marry you, as in, they didn't even want to date me. They were all like, I want to marry you, I want to see your parents. I was like, God, is this my season of getting married? So I now started praying about it. I was like, oh my God, I'm not even in a relationship. Anybody who is asking me out is asking me out that they want to marry me. So I now became very intentional about it, started praying about it, fasting about it. So it was easy for me to make a decision because I've already found out who I was, what I represent, what I want, and all of that. So, but with all those DMs coming into my phone, I was able to say, no, I can't be in a relationship with you. No, we can't take it further than being friends or just hello, hi. We can't even go to the talking stage. So that was how I was able to stream out all all of them, and until it got to 3 persons. So when it was just like 3 persons, I started praying about it. I was like, God, these 3 persons, they have what I want, and help me to make the right decision. So my husband was not even in the picture because I didn't want a medical doctor. If I look back now and think about it, I'll be like, so finally I ended up marrying a medical doctor. I didn't want that. Okay, so I was very intentional. So even when I was seeing signs, like when I finished praying about it, I'll be like, God, let my husband chat me, let him chat me. I'll just finish doing my midnight prayer and I'll be like, God, whoever that is my husband, let him call me. So and I'll sleep off. So before I even sleep off, my husband will now call me. They're like, hey, how far? I'm on night shift. I just thought about it and I decided to say hello to you. I'll be like, God, who is this guy? I don't want this guy. I want someone else. Okay, I had someone in mind that wanted to say yes to be in a relationship with him and to take it serious. I didn't want my husband. So, but when it kept happening, when I keep praying and whenever I finish praying, my husband was calling me and all of that, I had to give up. I had to say, God, you know the best for me. So just take over. I allowed the Holy Spirit to just lead me. Because when I brought the 3 of them, I was like, God, I wanted this one amongst the 3 of them. But God said no, that my husband is the best. And I'm grateful to God that I allowed the Holy Spirit to give me that go ahead, that direction that I needed. Because currently now, if I look at it, it's just like not all that glitters are gold, and I'm grateful to God. When I look back now, I'm like, hey, thank God I chose my husband. I will tell you how my husband knew I was the one in my next video. Watch this.
Decide to find you and befriend you, because that is the starting point for flourishing. If you don't find you and like you and believe in you and love you and invest in you and celebrate you, because until you say I am, nobody will say thou art. Until you start living your life, there's no flourishing. No flourishing. I'm taking you on a journey this morning under the leadership of the Holy Spirit. Flourishing starts with an understanding of who you are.